Hello everybody, it's Kristian Walsh here. I'm here with Joe Rimmer. We are here to give you the latest breaking news that James Milner has signed a new deal at Liverpool. Joe, it's been a pretty busy 48 hours at Anfield. First Minamino, and then Jurgen Klopp, and now good things coming for James Milner.
Yeah, I don't think Michael Edwards knows it's Friday, does he? I mean, they're just keeping us on our toes. Yeah, great. Just continues great news, and just how good are Liverpool at just getting things done. They've got to a level now where there's no messing around. There's no protracted contract negotiations in the press. It's just literally like, do you want a new deal? Yeah, let's get it sorted. All sit down and yeah, done. Great. I think we all love James Milner, don't we? He's a great character, a huge leader in that dressing room, and still a pretty decent player as well. Played in the derby recently. I thought he was great. Did well down at Bournemouth, and yeah, I mean, still 34 years old now.
I think he's 34.
Yeah, and still, got a huge part to play in this team.
I always think about the words that Milner said, actually, but he's paraphrasing Klopp around the Champions League final. And I think he was a little bit, as he would be, a little bit disappointed that he didn't start the game. And I think Klopp's words to him were, "You're the first player I want on that pitch at the end of the game."
Yeah.
Because if you're winning, then he's shutting it down. If you're losing or drawing, you need a goal. He's still capable of getting you one. And that's the role that he's fulfilling at Liverpool at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he can do a bit of everything, can't he? He can, as you say, he can start a game and set the tone. He's clever. He manages games. And then if he comes on, he can do a bit of anything. He can score a winner or shut the game down. And
good at penalties.
He can play good at penalties, can play left back, can play right back, can play right throughout midfield. You wouldn't be surprised with this crisis they've got if he popped up at centre half, would you? He's just that versatile, and he's an absolute machine. I don't know whether you see any of his Instagram videos and stuff of him running around. I think he was in like Abu Dhabi, wasn't he, recently with Stephen Warnock, and they were out sort of just keeping themselves fit, and yeah, it makes you feel makes you feel pretty bad when he's out there steaming through like the hottest weather in Abu Dhabi, and he's just a machine. So I can't see him slowing down that much. I kind of think he's sort of at a level now that he might stay out for a couple of years and continue being this really good bit part player. It's like, yeah, there aren't many like him, are there, in the Premier League?
I think you've got to look at him and genuinely put him in the brackets of one of the best ever free signings in the history of, certainly the Premier League, the history of Liverpool, maybe even world football. And obviously there might have been a few down the years, but Liverpool basically took him from Manchester City in 2015. And after a bit of a middling first season, maybe under because obviously there was the changeover between Brendan Rodgers and Jurgen Klopp. Was he a centre mid? Was he a wide player? Nobody was really sure. But ever since he firstly had the left back season 2016-17, got moved back into midfield 2017-18. And he's never looked back. He's finally. It's ironic that he wanted to play centre mid. That's why he came to Liverpool. Brendan Rodgers tries to shoehorn him in, but he didn't really look like he was kind of a six. He didn't look like he was that type of player in a 4-2-3-1. Goes to left back, does the job, doesn't necessarily always want to do it. But now finally, at the age of 33, 34, he's a European champion. He's done it primarily as a central midfielder. In a midfield that has to run, it has to press, it has to be good on the ball. And it pretty much has to facilitate everything that the other players do. Yeah,
well, I think it's fair to say the two of us and many other people would have, after the season he played left back, written him off and said, no, he won't be a centre mid for Liverpool anymore. And how wrong we were, because 2 years later, here he is, European champion. And the thing about being a centre mid in Jurgen Klopp's team is to be 34 and be a centre mid in Jurgen Klopp's team is quite remarkable, because how many players can play at that sort of intense style at that age? Well, there can't be many, can there? So, and I think with Milner, it's much more than that. I think we don't see what goes on behind closed doors, but by all accounts, he is an absolute leader in that dressing room. If there are any young players that are coming into that team, they only need Curtis Jones, for example. Have a look at how Milner trains, how he eats, how he lives, how he conducts himself on and off the pitch. And, there's no better role model, is that they used to call him boring, and how wrong they were. There was nothing boring about him. He was just a supreme athlete, and every athlete should aspire to be like James Milner.
Thanks very much, Joe. Make sure you keep up with all of the latest on James Milner's contract and plenty of other things ahead of Liverpool versus Watford on Saturday on the Liverpool Echo website. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel on Blood Red and make sure you download all of our podcasts. Thanks very much for joining us. We'll have a good weekend.